Right, there we go. Hi everybody, my name's Karen and welcome to my channel, Karen So Slowly. And I forgot who I was there for a minute. If you're new here, then welcome. I hope you consider subscribing if you like what you see, and if you give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And any comments you've got or would like to make, please put them down below. I love hearing from my YouTube friends. So this is a vlog. This is the second time I've recorded because I rambled on incessantly yet again the last time. I'm basically coming on to say I'm not going to be on YouTube for a few weeks because if you're new here you won't know this, but I have regular chemo treatments and they're preventative. I'm absolutely fine. I'm cancer free at the minute, but I have to have this preventative chemo. So first of all, apologies to everybody who commented on my last vlog and I said, oh, I haven't been on for 3 weeks because I've just had chemo. But I did. I've got a place up at Sea Houses. We had a holiday up there for a week and we both started to feel a bit grot. Well, I think Lewis was feeling grot the day we went on the Saturday. I started to feel really on the Wednesday. Anyway, I had chemo when I came back and I have to have a blood test on the Tuesday, and so therefore I had to do a COVID test. So Lewis tested negative on the Friday because we could not get a COVID test anywhere. Everywhere it ran out. We ended up at some random chemist somewhere, I think, eventually. Or Lewis did. I didn't go out the house, obviously. But yeah, finally got a test for the Friday and I was going for the blood test on the Tuesday. So I did one on the Friday, I was definitely positive, came up straight away. Did one on the Tuesday, I was still positive, but it was a faint line, so I had to cancel my chemo. So it was 4 weeks that I haven't been on. And I apologise to everybody who I said, oh, it's 3 weeks. And no, it wasn't, it was 4 because I had to delay a week because of the COVID. Yeah, it was pretty grim, and having to do a house clean on the Thursday before we came home, feeling like that was not fun. But we had people coming in the house on the Saturday afternoon, so the house clean had to be done and it disinfected, obviously, because of all the germs that we were breathing out. So we did that. We came back. I had the week off from chemo, so that was delayed. Felt a bit grot. I felt okay by the Sunday, actually. The symptoms had sort of subsided a bit, but I was still positive on Tuesday anyway. So that was that, and I've lost my sojo because of those of you who've been watching me a while now. You'll know I'm moving house. We're only moving over the road, the other side of the street, to a slightly bigger house. By the way, apologies if you can hear a lawnmower going. That's another reason I deleted my last vlog, because I was sitting with the doors open, and halfway through that vlog, they started mowing the lawn next door. He doesn't do it very often. Started in the middle of my vlog. Never mind. So apologies if you can hear that. Where was I? Yeah, so I'm moving house, moving over the road. We've been looking at houses for quite a number of years, and we just wanted an extra bedroom, and the house is exactly the same as ours. It's a little bit smaller downstairs because we put this extension on the back of ours years ago. But it's bigger than ours upstairs because it has the 4th bedroom. So if my sons both want to come and stay with their girlfriends, they can. And that was the primary reason, I should say, for us moving. So 50 yards, that's all we're moving. We must be mad. Most of our friends are downsizing. We're upsizing, but there you go. So that's meaning that I've started to pack up the house and put things in boxes, and hopefully I'm packing stuff that I'm not going to need. I haven't come across anything. I was hunting high and low for a garlic press last night and just chopped it up eventually. I gave up looking for it, but I'm sure I haven't packed them. I've got 2, so I can't have packed them both, but I am packing stuff. So I've currently got about 15 huge boxes packed full of glassware and things, you know, the good glassware that you don't use until Christmas and stuff. So I've got all of that sort of thing packed, and most of my kitchen bits and pieces, baking trays and stuff, cake making pans and things, you know, things you don't use very often. I certainly don't intend making cakes in the next few weeks, so all of that stuff's been packed away and everything. So I am stepping over boxes. The place is a tip. it either looks empty because I've cleared all my ornaments and bits and pieces, thrown loads away, to be honest. I thought they're just dust collectors and I'm sick of looking at them. And I buy these things and think that'll look nice, and then I just get sick of them. So I'm not buying any more. I'm clearing out. I'm having a good clear out, which is really therapeutic. But I'm getting in that sort of space now where I can't sit and relax and sew, because I know there's so much to do still packing wise in the house. We still need to have a good clear out of clothes because we have built-in wardrobes in all our bedrooms. There's one room with built-in wardrobes over there. My sewing room has a little sort of child's type wardrobe in it, but that's going to be stuff full of fabric. Hey, it's not going to get clothes put in it. So we need to sort of have a good clear out of those, which is going to be a mammoth job because we have stacks of stuff between us. He would like to think he's got less than me, but actually, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. I think I've probably got more fabric than clothes, to be fair. So yeah, so the house is a mess and I can't sit and concentrate on me sewing. And the last vlog I did, I don't know if people remember, I was doing the Marsha Style Alexa pants. I'll show you the picture. If you're new here, you won't have seen that vlog. So that's the pants. They're a relaxed fit pant. I mean, those check ones are awful, awful. They're not too bad. So they're a loose fitting pant. They're not, you know, they're not a tight pant, but these have come out absolutely huge, and to the point where I redid the back seam and took in loads. I think that back seam was only supposed to be, I think, was it a centimetre? And I've done nearly 2 centimetres or 3 or 4 maybe, just to try and bring the waist in, and it has worked a little bit. So I've made that back seam on the waist bigger, but this is the problem I've got now. This is the waistband and that seam is bigger, so I'm going to take that out. So I've got about 2.5 centimetres, I think, both sides of that seam. That should only be 1 centimetre, so there's my first mistake. But one side, well, it's this side, comes round and it exactly meets the side of the zip. Now I think it should come past that because you're going to have your seam allowance, and it's your seam allowance that should meet the zip. So that might be solved by taking a little bit out of that seam. But this side of the waistband comes round and it's that short, it finishes there. So that's the whole seam that I've got in the back. Plus you need a little bit more to fold under so that you've got the bit to put your button on. And then surely that needs to fasten over the button. Anyway, can't get my head around it. The drawings in here aren't that helpful because they show, well, on that one, they show that the seam on the waistband comes over where your fly zip is, and then further on it shows you on that one, it does show you where the seam, you know, where you would sew around the seam, and it sort of comes over a little bit, and then next one down, no, straight up. Doesn't show you it overlapping at all. So I'm not, and then the button, the bit doesn't overlap at all for the button. I can't figure it out anyway. So I'm quite annoyed because I'm really pleased with the effect I've managed to achieve. You know, the fly zip, it's the first little zip I've put in like that, fly zip I've put in. I think I've done quite a good job on the 4 pockets and everything else. I think they look quite smart and everything. So I was going great guns with them anyway, apart from the fact that they're huge. But you know, I can eat a few more cakes and fit into them. Yeah, so I was going quite well with them, and then you hit something like this and the sojo just goes, doesn't it? Plus the state of the house and everything with the house move and da-di-da-di-da. But I did finish Mrs. Mouse. Hooray, I finished something. And here she is. Isn't she gorgeous? I just absolutely love her to bits. I'm really hoping that Polly loves her and gets lots of enjoyment out of her. So the dress that I made the last time, she had the pockets matched the bloomers, so I've done the same. Oh, pull your legs straight, missus. So I've done the same with this dress as well, and yeah, I've got a matching headband. Don't look too closely at the way I've sewed those ears on. They're okay from behind. I'll let you see them from behind. But yeah, they've been sewn on really, really well. I think I've gone along each side about 3 times, so you can see the stitches a little bit, but I'm just hoping they will stay on. I'll put some pictures in here of other outfits that I've made for her. And I was going to put them on Instagram, but I thought, no, the YouTubers know what I'm doing with this mouse, so we'll put them on YouTube first, and then we'll stick them on Instagram. So yeah, so I did make her a few more outfits, some dungarees and bits and pieces that you've probably already seen, and a couple of headbands, and I'm quite pleased that she is now done. She has a little wardrobe, a capsule wardrobe, and when my son comes up in a couple of weeks' time, she's going off with him to go back to Polly. So very excited about finishing her. I mean, it's taken me nearly a year. I'm sure I got the pattern about last September or October. It was just after Rachel from Stitched Up got hers for her granddaughter Layla, and I loved it straight away. She made a mouse, and I think she made the fox, and she made the outfits for it all in about a week. That's taken me from downloading the pattern, and it's the Seren Studio mouse, and I will try and remember to put the details below for anybody that wants to have a look at that. Let's see. Yeah, the next few weeks are going to be horrendously busy. I've hopefully got my house move. I don't know what's taking so long. It's driving me nuts. The solicitors are really taking the mick. And yeah, one hasn't been pulling their weight, and they just seem to be sitting on things for weeks and weeks and weeks, and we're already about 7 weeks in and we're no further forward. It's ridiculous. We filled in all the forms that have been sent to us. We've sent them back. They've sat on desks. They've never been touched. One solicitor was claiming that our solicitor had no knowledge of the sale or the purchase of the other house, which was a complete lie. And yeah, they're all being a little bit naughty, I think, considering how much they get paid for this sort of thing. I think they need to really give themselves a shake. But anyway, so I've got the house move, hopefully within the next few weeks. We are going to see houses again, this time for nearly a fortnight. So there's 2 weeks off the agenda. And hopefully we'll not get COVID again. But, you know, who knows? It's supposed to be, like I say, it's supposed to be really coming out again in the northeast. Don't know what it's like everywhere else, but it is supposed to be on the rise again in the northeast. So we've got sea houses, house move, son coming back after he stayed with us in sea houses. He's coming back to leave his car. His car's getting serviced, and he's flying off on holiday with his girlfriend when he comes up here. But he's just coming for a night or two, and then when he comes back, he'll obviously stay for a night or two before he goes home to Sheffield. And youngest son, his girlfriend's coming up for a few days, and I'll obviously have a couple of chemo appointments in there as well, so that'll write a couple of weeks off. And then youngest son, before his girlfriend's coming up the beginning of August, about the 8th of August, 5th of August, something like that. And she's coming up here, staying here for a while. She goes back. He's going back with her to Durham, to uni, I think. And then they're gonna both get the train back to Newcastle for her to go on to London, and for her to go to London from Durham and him to come back to Newcastle. And then he's going off to South Africa for 2 weeks because a friend of his from uni, his mum and dad's from South Africa, and they've kindly offered for their son to take 3 of his friends and stay in South Africa with them, thankfully. You know, I've got stuff to arrange for him. I did manage to drag him to Primorny in the Metro Centre and get him some nice cool shorts and things. He claims it's going to be cooler when he's going and it's their winter, but sometimes my little un just spouts rubbish and just says the first thing to shut me up that comes into his head. So I'm not really sure if it's their winter or not, but even their winter is about 30 degrees apparently. So I did say to him, you can't be wearing your sweatshirt type shorts, you're going to boil. It's going to be ridiculously hot. So we managed to get him some linen sort of shorts and things in Primorny. And so I've done that a little bit, but he's still going to need other stuff to buy, and it's just trying to fit everything in. And then I had said to Alison from So Like Dotty that I was just finding it I get guilt that I haven't vlogged and I haven't spoken to people, and it gets worse and worse, and I get to the point where I've really got to get on and say something or do something, but I haven't sewn anything, and you know, and as Alison said, life comes first. Well, at the minute, life is just explosive. There's just so much going on. Adele from Sofa Serenity, who I'm sure you all know and watch, she has put a message on YouTube, I think, or Instagram, to say she's going to take a break because she's got a house move going on. Now, I think she's got 3 daughters. She's just changed her job. She's moving house as well, and her mum's not too grand, and she's got so much on her plate. All I've got in common with her is a house move. I haven't got a new job. I've got no kids to worry about, essentially, like because one of her is quite young still, and I just don't know how these people fit it all in. I've said it before. I just don't know how they fit it all in with everything. I'm retired. I don't even have a part-time job, a volunteer job, nothing. All I do is, I suppose, yeah, chemo's quite a bit, and all my appointments and everything take up a bit of time, but really, I suppose I come back and, you know, I'm full of, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I come back, I sit down, have a cup of tea, I watch Place in the Sun on the telly, and I'm asleep before the end of it, having a nana nap, and then I'm exhausted for that, and I'm looking at my watch to see what time can I go to bed. It's ridiculous. This getting old lock is ridiculous. But I've just got to a place where I think I need a few weeks off from vlogging. It takes up a lot of the time. Obviously I'll record this, it's up to 20 minutes now, and I'm sure you're bolt stiff listening to me rattle on. But that takes 20 minutes, but for me to edit, because I'm not a techie person, it takes a good 2 hours for us to go through and edit it. I think unless you do vlogging, you don't realise how much time it actually does take up. So yeah, life gets in the way, and life has got in the way at the moment, but I just wanted to come on and just let everybody know I am fine, I'm doing fine, and I'm just going to take some time off to hopefully get house moved, son's on holiday, son's back from holiday, get the youngest back to uni, get sorted, and then I will be back with a flourish. Thank you for watching. Thank you for spending the last half hour with me, or 20 minutes as it says. I'm very grateful for everybody who sends me comments and keeps in touch. I love hearing from people. Please don't stop that. Please don't stop commenting, because I'm not going to be around. I'll put my email and everything below so you can keep in touch that way if you want to. I am fine. No need to worry about me. I just need some headspace, and I hope you'll all be here when I get back. Please consider subscribing if you haven't already, and give me a thumbs up, because that helps my channel get out there and get out there to other people as well. So take care, everybody. I hope you have a lovely few weeks and a bit of a break from me prattling on, and I look forward to seeing you all in a few weeks' time. Bye.